Hi and welcome. My name is Tolan and I'm the co-founder of Productivity Me. In this video, we're going to look at the idea of inserting pictures and other visual elements into Microsoft Excel, or rather the spreadsheet of a Microsoft Excel workbook. So if you're interested in that, go ahead and join us in this video. In our last lesson, we looked at how to insert shapes, and we looked at how to move those shapes and rotate them and change even things like the stacking order, right? So that's fine and great, but one thing we didn't talk about was how to delete shapes. Pretty simple. You would select the shape and press the delete key. Now, if you're like me, you may want to at some point insert a logo or insert some other form of a visual, and often that can be in terms of a picture. So if you want to insert a picture into your Excel document, one way to do that would be to go to the Insert tab. Then we're going to go to Illustrations and then Picture. So you have two options. Let's look first at the Pictures option. If you pick Pictures, it's going to look from your local machine or whatever connected network you are on. So in my case, maybe let's pick the Productivity Me logo. I'm going to scroll out. You'll notice that it comes in as the default size, which in this case is pretty large. You could change the size of that icon by grabbing one of the corners. I'm pressing and holding the shift key and making it a little bit smaller. Then in order to zoom in, you can use this individual icon, or you can press and hold the control key. And then while pressing and holding the control key, if you have a scroll bar on your mouse or scroll wheel, you could scroll forward and that too would zoom. But we can pick up our picture and move it. When we double click, it will bring up the Format tab, or we could click it once and then go to the Format tab. For pictures, you can do things like you can change the color. So maybe I'd make it a black and white picture, which for our logo doesn't really matter or doesn't really make sense maybe. You can make it vivid. You could do things like compress the picture or add an artistic effect. Maybe I want it to be kind of washed out effect or watercolors. But once you've done all of these different items, you can go ahead and reset the picture and it would reset it to its default size. You can also do things like add a border, different types of borders. It's totally up to you. You can then change the color of the borders, but I generally don't use borders within Microsoft Excel. If and when you want to delete a picture, you could go ahead and select that picture by clicking on it, then hitting the delete key. Now the second type of picture that you can add would be to go to Insert, Illustrations, and then Online Pictures. If you are connected to the internet, you can then search for something, like we'll look for a world image, and then you could pick one of these individual items, like maybe this one, and you would insert it, it would automatically download it to your computer, and then you'd have that icon. Again, you could change the size, change the location, or even change the color. That too would be an option. So I don't know, maybe that looks kind of great, kind of nice, right? Tech company 2015 annual sales, and then you have a little icon of the world. Who knows? I think it's maybe cheesy, but I like cheesy things. So, all right, that covers it. In this section, we looked at the idea of formatting and presetting data. We covered things like wrapping text, modifying columns, modifying the format of different cells. So, of course, you can ask your questions in the comment section. You can tell us what you think, what you like, what you don't like about these videos. And in any case, in the next section of the course, we will be covering the idea of database features. So we'll start to look at things like sorting data and filtering data, which in my mind are pretty useful functions within Microsoft Excel. So join us in the next video and we'll see you again soon. All right, thanks for watching. Cheers.